But it's great to sell the fight. It's great to do all that, but hopefully they make the fight. It'd be a good fight.
What next for Amir Khan now?
I think he goes back to the welterweight division. I don't think he lost a lot of luster in this fight. Yeah, he took a loss, but he took a big risk and he boxed well in the loss. I'd love to see him against Kell Brook. Hopefully they can make that fight happen. I think the fans in England would love to see it. Like I said, I don't think Amir lost any luster here, so I think it would be a huge mega event in England. I think he's going to be the mandatory for Danny Garcia, so we'll see how that plays out. I guess Amir has some choices at the welterweight division because, as I said, if he didn't lose luster, he's going to be able to take his pick.
We know about Canelo's power, but did you expect that? What you saw?
I expected Canelo to stop him. I did expect Canelo
in that
to stop
fashion.
I expected him to break him down. I really did. I thought Amir would box well in some spots, but I expected Canelo to land shots and start breaking him down. But as the fight wore on, I started saying, how's he going to break him down? He's not sustaining anything. There's no sustained attack here. So I was starting to wonder, can he break him down? Because to break somebody down, your attack needs to be sustained. And he would just land a shot here, land a shot there. And I'm like, this is not sustained enough to break Amir down. But that's where I was wrong, because he didn't need a sustained attack. He needed one good shot on the button, and that was it.
Paul, you were adamant that weight classes matter. Do you think size was the difference?
Absolutely. The big difference was size. Amir had to walk that tightrope the entire time because he's fighting a naturally bigger guy, and you're walking that tightrope. And what happens when a guy's walking this tightrope over Niagara Falls? You're like, oh man, is he gonna fall? And it's always excitement. It's always adrenaline, no matter how he's doing it, because he's doing. And if he just slips up a little bit, and then he holds on. I thought around 5 Amir slowed a little bit, so maybe it was a little stutter on the tightrope, but it was like, oh, he's still maintaining it though. He's still good. And then around 6, he was boxing pretty well, but again, it was slowing down. So again, you get that stutter on the tightrope, but when you're on a tightrope, you just got to slip once and it's over.
Was that what you were talking about when you mentioned he had to control the pace?
Yeah, he did have to control the pace, and he did a much better job than I anticipated, because that's been Amir's problem. He's not able to control the pace. He bounces too much. He's too jittery half the time. When I saw the fight, and he's taking little steps to the left, taking little steps to the right, feinting, using his jab to put Canelo out of position very well. He was able to catch his spots to rest up. When he got trapped on the ropes, and rare times he did, because obviously the game plan was stay off the ropes, he got low, which I never saw before. Amir usually stands too straight up on the ropes. He got down low and moved off. I saw a lot more upper body movement from Amir as well, which also impressed me. He had a Canelo missing, and he wasn't just blocking shots. I thought he boxed well. It was almost a shame to see the KO. I wanted to see how things would play out as the rounds progressed. I wanted to see if Canelo would panic if the rounds kept progressing that way.
Were you impressed at all by Canelo? Anything he showed on there?
He showed power. You know what I mean? He showed power. I really, you're supposed to jab with a jabber in the very least. He barely did that. I mean, honestly, Canelo is what he is. He's a good fighter, but the flaws that he has, he continues, for me, not to fix them. And
like what kind of flaws?
Like he clearly has trouble when guys jab at him. He doesn't jab back. You're able to slow the pace down and put him into these lulls, because he's not your typical prototypical Mexican fighter that just pressures you. He actually can box a little bit, but he just gives you the illusion to box, because a boxer has a jab, and Canelo doesn't really jab a lot. You know what I'm saying? But he has enough fast twitch muscle to where he can get these snappy shots off. So again, it makes him a little bit of a more versatile than your prototypical pressure Mexican fighter. Some things he's lacking, some things he has better than those prototypical Mexican fighters. Some things he does worse than some of those prototypical Mexican fighters. I like to see some improvements, but the same flaws that I knew Canelo had going into tonight, he showed me he still has them.
Do you think he still has problems with movement?
No, I picked Triple G in that fight, and again, it's another thing where size matters again. And in that particular situation, it'll be Triple G who, is a bigger guy, and it'll be Canelo kind of walking the tightrope, So, I mean, I can't really say anything changes. I would still favor Triple G in the fight.